Hello everyone, in front of us is the 2023 LEGO Monkey Kid set, the Monkey Kids Team Hideout. So this set contains 1,582 pieces and read 180 New Zealand dollars. Unless you're living in Asia, the set is exclusive to LEGO.com and this set looks absolutely stunning. This set comes with 6 minifigures and you get to build various locations. And today we're going to take a detailed look at this set and discover all the cool stuff that built within. And before we get started, if you want to see how this set combined with the City of Lanterns, then don't forget to subscribe and give it a like. We're kicking off with the minifigures, so here are the 6 minifigures including this set. First we have Monkey Kid and May. I believe both the torso and the legs are brand new prints, which looks really good and with details at the back as well. For Monkey Kid, the facial expression and the hair is not new, it's from last year. And here is his alternate facial expressions. And for May, I believe is also not new. And here are the alternate facial expressions. So you've got two excellent minifigure here. I especially like the torso design. And then we have Pixie, Sandy, and Sandy's cat Mo here. So Pixie has a new design with the more traditional attire. Unfortunately, the issue still exists with lighter color printed on a darker body. Otherwise, it's a really cool minifigure with all the details. I believe they travel back in time. That's why Sandy is probably not a big fig, but this is actually one of the best minifigures within this set. And for Sandy, you have his cat Mo, and in a very young kitten form with the new kitten piece introduced last year. It's really cute cat. And for Sandy, I think the highlight is his accessory. The way to hold the fish like this is very traditional looking, and I like the design very much, and very detailed printing on the torso and legs as well. Then we have Lee here. Lee is the shopkeeper of the Panda convenience store in a more modern setting, but this is just the food stand. It's also with the Panda logo. You can see very nice printing at the back and the front as well. And this is a new design too. I think the accessory is pretty cute, using this piece to represent a steam bun. Other than that, she has an alternate facial expression as well. And finally, we have the villain, the Golden Winged Eagle here. So we'll take the minifigure out, but I just want to show you all like how it looks in the complete setup. This is actually a pretty good, cool build. Like you can see, the eagle legs, and then at the back got the stickers for some decoration. But I think the wing itself is done very well. I think it's way better than the Vulture build in Spider-Man sets, and the touch with this skeleton skull here is pretty cool as well. The standout for me is really the articulation that you can have with this body. Like you can turn the minifigure around. You can't actually move the legs that much, but that's okay. But just the articulation on the wing is just so good. And there's just so much thought put into the stud shooter design as well, because instead of shooting in front, it's actually shooting down, just like how Bird drops some poops on people. So for the minifigure itself, you can see so much details on the torso and the legs. If you remove the piece here, you can see some of the back printing as well. And the beak is a really nice new piece I like very much. But even without the beak, you actually get a printed beak on the minifigure head, and there's a good use of this piece as well. Overall, this is an excellent minifigure. And this is Monkey Kid Delivery Bike. I think it's a really cool design. I especially like how they create this area here. Even though the overall set is kind of more retro feel, and then you have this very modern technology here, so it's kind of not fitting, but it's a really cool build. You got few stickers here, the steam buns, and also the new printed lunchbox here. Let me just refocus a little bit so you can see it's a pretty cool wooden lunchbox. And here's the main attraction. It just looks so good, and it actually consists of two main parts and three small parts, and you can rearrange it later on, which I will demonstrate. And this look really massive, but actually not that tall. It's actually lower than most of the modular buildings. So you've got a temple here. Here's a hideout, and this bamboo trees, the design and the building technique just create a really nice look here. Across this side, I've got Pixie food stand here. The stickers here kind of tells you, hey, this is Pixie shop. And you've got this design here. It's another sticker to let people know it's authentic. We'll take a look at the details later, but just go through some of the shops and areas. You've got the panda store. Obviously, in this setting, it's more like the old style retro store. And then you've got a bit of terrain and lots of space for you to place minifigure. And then on the left here, you've got the blacksmith. So first, this part can actually take out pretty easily because here they use this type of connection rather than the actual Technic pin. Of course, you can replace it with the Technic pin, and then you can lock these two sides together. But there's a reason for it, which I will demonstrate towards the end of the video. So this middle part here can also taken out. You can see the Technic pin here to connect with this side of the build. And then we've got this well here, which is a really cool build, and I like the use of this blue color piece here. And you can just kind of, it's supposed to be locate in this area based on the instruction. But then the packaging, they kind of remove that when it's connected to both sides. You can keep it on, but having it here, it kind of removes some of the space for the minifigure. So this little shrine here is an excellent build. I really like how it's being built. It's actually also removable with the Technic pin. Unfortunately, I accidentally removed the shrine as well. Okay, the little shrine is back, but I need to remove the Technic pin here first. Here we are, removed. So you actually have a smaller area, and you might wonder what is on this side. So it's actually another small angle here next to the blacksmith. This is what you can connect with. So let's just remove this part from the blacksmith. It's quite hard to do it with one hand, but again, got the extra Technic pin, which I will need to remove here first. Now that it has been removed, then I can connect it on this side, which put in. So you actually get a smaller location build just like this. Panda store actually has lots of stuff to sell. You've got the radish, some vegetables, a drumstick. You actually get two different type of steam bun. So how you want to interpret, one can be steam, one can be fried, or one can be using a different type of flour, so creates the different coloring. So inside there's an egg here. You've got a container with a sticker telling you inside the meat. You also have the golden frog here. All these decorations are stickers, but I like the graphic design. And this is one of the parts that you can remove by just pulling it up. So it's very easy to remove. So you can remove this stand completely, just like this. The blacksmith is also connected with Technic pin, so you can easily remove, but not as easy as the other parts. So you can remove it like this. So the blacksmith here, you do get the new Monkey Kid exclusive weapon pack. So it's kind of represent the traditional weapon of the key characters from Journey to the West use, which is really cool. I really like the new weapon pack. So this is the blacksmith try to make all these swords, and inside you can see inside of the normal frame they use the green flame piece, which on top you can see here, which is a pretty cool design. And here you do have a disc shooter, so it's a hideout, so there should be some mechanism to defend any invader. So you can open up the roof and then push the disc shooter to hit any incoming enemies. So back to this area, so Sandy actually catching fish and try to sell fish, so you can see what he caught. And then you've got crab here. Lovely way to use these slope pieces to represent ice. So if you turn around, you can see what's inside. You've got Sandy's traditional weapon, which I like very much, but I do want to ask some questions. So what inside are these? So you've got a bowl with water and then another bowl with a Lego poop piece. Whether it's a seasoning or it's a toilet, then it's up to your interpretation. But for me, it could be the toilet and the eating area for his cat, but I can also interpret as a toilet. But I don't know if you want to buy fish from Sandy's, if this is truly a toilet. So given it's a hideout, so they're more than just a fish store. So if you flip this cutting board here, you can see some raiders. Pixie store also has secret. For example, here you can flip around and you can see the meat cleaver and the fry pan. But inside I've got Pixie traditional weapon as well. The design is quite simple, but I still like some of the details they put in. And you've got plenty of space to place minifigure here. On top here is a stud shooter, which in pink, that's very rare. Like, it's good to get some new color. But you can see there's a pig face here, right? So a similar mechanism instead of flipping the roof, you actually just flip this over, and then you've got two stud shooter here to attack any incoming enemies. There's not much space for people to walk in and buy stuff. The only downside for this particular configuration is these technic holes are exposed, no matter what configuration you do. If you just have this set, but of course you can try to find something else to fill that. And you can see the stairs, just the standard stair, but put on a few flat tiles, and it gives you a bit more decoration and textures. And of course, even Pixie foot stand can be removed, and you can see the setup here. You can replace any shop on top. Now the temple area. So this temple is actually kind of worship. You can see the Monkey King stuff. You've got a sticker with basically writing describing this is that particular stuff. You've got some action here, so you can actually turn this and reveal Monkey King's weapon. And with such a small build, there are lots of details put in, and kind of exceed my expectation because this is just looks so good. And of course, this part can also be removed as well, and some extra technic pins for you to connect each of the individual parts. Overall, on this particular side, there are lots of small stuff. For example, the stairs here. On the side, there's a hidden treasure chest with some gold bricks. Inside, for me, the highlight, which I already mentioned before, are these bamboo trees, which I'll show you the action here. On both sides, got some lovely texture. And on top, you've got this to represent some of the clouds. And then you've got some really nice plantation here. And let's just flip around and see what's behind. So, well, given that is a facade, but then you've got so much depth here. So, from the front, it looks, full of volume. So you don't feel like, hey, it's just a, very thin facade. At the back, well, of course, the hideout is kind of exposed to maximize the play value. And you can see it's like technologically advanced compared to some of the structure around it. This is actually a really cool accessory because this is, what Mr. Tang or the monk in Journey to the West uses. And there's some nice Easter eggs on the stickers around. A portrait of the four main characters from Journey to the West, and I personally like this very much. It's actually, movable. So, according to here, I think you're supposed to follow this to unlock something. So this is pretty cool. But I may be wrong because this seems like the musical notes for this Chinese instrument here, which I kind of forgot what it's called in English. But the other highlight for me is this stickers over here. If I just remove this a little bit, I don't want to remove it because it's really hard to put back in, but let me just zoom in, and you can see here this actually represent a box of Lego, but you can see it's 4 plus, and then you've got the white horse, and then the main characters from Journey to the West. I wonder, well, I wish if they release a 4 plus set with the horse and the 4 main characters from Journey to the West. That would be awesome. And now we're going to take a look at the action feature that I want to show you. So you can see the octane gas here. So if you push this out, it's better to see it from the front. So if you push that out, it actually opens up those bamboos over here. So if you see like this is pretty cool, and you can see the light. So this is actually the garage for Monkey Kid's delivery bike. So it's supposed to have this inside, which you can fit the bike inside. And if I pull it back up, so it's all hidden behind the bamboo trees, and if you push it out, then it's supposed to be like this and then start flying out. And of course, I can't simultaneously to open up the wings, but you get the idea. So it's kind of come out and expand the wings and fly away to deliver some bento boxes. And now we get to the part on a feature that was not described in the product description. So you have to actually, buy this set. And of course, some of the people like me doing video or review online will have spoiled the secret. So from the instruction, you can see here, you can actually combine with the City of Lanterns, and then this is the configuration that they show you how you can combine it, because it's all modular, but they don't have the instruction because just give you a lot more freedom and use your imagination to create a massive set. And it's good that I haven't put away this, so shall we give it a try? So here we are, the City of Lanterns. Even though I do feel some of the shop doesn't really fit, because one of the model is obviously from a earlier time, but this one is a bit more modern. So let's see what we can do. So I think I can remove this here, and then I can remove this here, and then I can also remove the Lego store. Looking at this, right, I probably need to buy extra pieces from the Lunar New Year parade, so replace this sticker piece to a printed one to make this Lego store a bit more awesome. I just get rid of this 2 minifigure so I can get the hot pot restaurant out. It's good that it's quite easy to remove all these parts, and to be honest, I think, well, sorry for disruption, but I think we might be able to just put the Vendor Village on top of here. Let's not joke around, so we need to remove the stair as well. Yep. And I don't think I can remove this, but a couple of parts, right, is quite hard to remove. For example, here, I think, let me just put my camera down and remove it first. So that's already removed. Let's see on this side what else I can remove. I'm pretty sure this can pull out, and in order for it to connect to the karaoke box, I think I have to remove the mic for the karaoke box and also the star, so to give the Technic pin to connect to the next side. But I think this area it's better to leave it there, because this not as easy as the other thing to set it back up. Rather than follow exactly on what the instruction show, kind of the purpose of this without instructions, that you can do whatever you want. So I might just follow some of them, but then have it completely different. I think I can have it like this here, and then I can have Pixie Store on top. And what should I put next? But I will need to remove this to put it somewhere though. Maybe I should have Pixie Store on this side. Just having the sign a little bit. Well, it's not that good. Well, we'll figure it out because seriously, you have to remove some of the signage as well to give you the most flexible way of combining stuff. Anyway, I remove the sign, so in the instruction booklet, it makes more sense to have the hot pot next to it. Does that make sense? I don't think it makes any sense because there's no space for minifigure to walk to the hot pot store here. So it doesn't make sense from what the instruction demonstrate. This is why sometimes you shouldn't be following instructions. So I opt in to use the default configuration here, so it makes more sense for the minifigure to be able to access the different store. So if I put this way, so you've got the stair from the bubble tea store to go up to a Pixie store. So instead of the hotel, I could have the blacksmith here. This looks okay. And then probably the blacksmith could do it this way, like this. And then we have the merchant here. Nope, doesn't fit just because of something kind of borders it. Now just quickly try having this connect to this side instead of the Technic pin, because I might need to let's not use Technic pin, just put it side by side and see how it looks like. So I can put this one here, and then we'll follow the instruction having the hotel here, but at least you have a ladder to get on the hotel, but you need to remove this plant so people can actually walk to the hotel. So it kind of looks like this, and then on the other side you can have the other stuff on this side, so kind of extra wire. And of course you can always break down this piece to create a bit more space in between. Yeah, like I can actually do something like this, and we'll leave the blacksmith out, leave the stairs out. I'll forget about the signage. So this is my configuration when both sets are combined. And this is the Monkey Kids Team Hideout. I think on its own it's an excellent set. It just looks stunning, and there's so much depth even though as most of the building open back and not a fully enclosed build, but this is a really good looking set. It comes with excellent minifigure and side builds, and also a lots of flexibility and playability, as I demonstrated earlier. Even though I don't think I did a good job on combining it. Well, one reason is that it's kind of hard to give a cohesive, building by just combining it. First, some of the building does not match, and the other thing is there are quite a few modification you need to do. For me, right, I like to have each of the area at least have some place to access by the minifigure, and just that the demo from the instruction booklet kind of leave the hot pot store. You can't really get a minifigure. Well, if you're a minifigure, then no way that you can walk to it. But put that aside, even with this one, you can have multiple configuration as well. And I think it's a good way instead of a full Technic pin, you can just have this, so is loosely connected, because sometimes Technic pin kind of hold it together too tightly, so you can't easily change your configuration. But anyway, for most people that enjoy playing with Lego, this is actually a pretty good idea that you can combine with the other larger set. Beyond that, there's so much details across the build that I really like. And I have to mention, the Journey to the West weapon pack again. This is just so cool. And at 180 New Zealand dollar, this is actually pretty good value. You get so much from this set, and it's definitely a recommendation from me. Do let me know what you think about this set in the comment section below, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.